Good evening, everybody. This is story time with the almighty spoon cooker. Confessions of a spoon cooker. You know, I just want to talk about some stuff, that have to do with me in my life. Stuff that I can still remember, Right now, I'm 30 years old. It's September. I'm in New Jersey. My current situation, I caused my second DUI this year. So right now, I'm trying to recover from that. In addition to that, I have my own drug problem, which I'm also in the process of getting into recovery. I spoke with a counselor this week that was mandated by the courts. It's recommended I go through a detox and a rehab, and then some kind of like program, halfway house situation. I have to contact the probation office, even though I don't have probation. They're in charge of also handling the community service aspect of it. I got hit with 180 hours. It's equivalent to about 30 days. I spoke with the lady in charge of my case, that's handling my case. She's agreed to postpone the community service until I can get myself in back on track and working order, because I can't be doing community service if I'm still going to be under the influence, I just wanted, for the record, I don't do drugs anymore to get high. I do dope so I don't get sick, First time I tried it, I was about 20 years old. A friend of mine, he passed away too. They found him in his grandma's house in the bathroom with a needle still in his arm. So, rest in peace to Mike, But he gave me a bag all those years ago. I tried it because at that time I was taking whatever I could find, I was experimenting all kinds of drugs, all kinds of shit. So I tried it and I loved it instantly. But back then I was 20, so I didn't develop a habit until more towards, started really around last year when I was like 29. In the last 10 or so years, I would do it I would binge out. Like I would do maybe 3-4 times a year. I would do it for like a week straight, and then I would be able to stop, and I wouldn't have any withdrawal symptoms. I wouldn't have any problems. Back then it was still dope. Now, not like the shit you get nowadays, that fentanyl, the carfentanil, the other laced, all that shit. Back then it was dope. You could tell, it was a taste to it. You would know, And back then I was sniffing. I wasn't shooting it. I didn't start shooting it until end of last year when I met my girl. She introduced me to it. We were hanging out one weekend. We just picked up from her dude, because whatever I brought, we went through real quick, and we had to go to Walgreens. She didn't have an ID, I did, so she needed me to use my ID to buy syringes, like 31 gauge, right? We go back to her apartment, her mom's place, and I'm watching her, shoot up. I'm interested, and I ask her, yo, can you do this for me? Can you do it for me? Can you shoot me up? She was sure. And she showed me the whole thing, how she does it her way. She tied my arm off. She found the vein. She was very gentle with it. I'm not gonna lie, it felt good. The sex afterward was a lot better too. And whatever the rumors they say, you do dope, you can't get it up. I've had different experiences with that. I was able to have an erection and be able to stay a lot longer. Just finishing, orgasm, that's the hard part. It would happen from time to time. I wasn't able to orgasm, so she'll be sore by the end, and but anyway, so yeah, that's what the drugs. So like I have to go to recovery, I tried detoxing on my own at home. It's not easy, because like I gone through 3 days by myself, and all I was doing was I was drinking a little bit of alcohol, I was drinking tea, bananas, apples, crackers, shit like that. But eventually it gets so painful, and I'm home, so I'm able to go out and get it. So I fucked up and I went out and I got more, I hit up a buddy of mine, we went down, we picked up some more. You know, I think they say you need like 5 days of not doing it, and you should be all right. You know, the withdrawal symptoms to go through, but then you still have the recovery process where you have to adjust your mind from old habits. You have to drop those bad habits. Last year, I went to a rehab. I was at a carrier for 2 weeks before they transferred me to this place called Endeavor House in Kearney because of insurance issues or whatever. But 2 weeks I was at carrier. It was good. They had me, you know, it was a good place. They took care of me, so I was fine. I wasn't sick or nothing. And then when I went to Endeavor House, I think I had my first actual like experience with a panic attack. I don't know if it was from the medication or what, but I stopped taking all the medicine they were giving me altogether. I didn't need it before I went in. I'm not gonna need it when I'm out. I just needed it when I was in there. I'm not a doctor, medical professional, but I know how my body feels more than anyone else, you know. But anyway, so I got out from when I got out from rehab, I came out worse than when I went in, because when I went in, I was just sniffing on it. When I got out, like I said, my girlfriend, she introduced me to the needle. So from that point on, after she showed me, that's all I was doing, you know. And I would always have my own clean stuff, you know, always have the rubbing alcohol, peroxide, clean everything, you know. I never shared with anybody either. I never shared needles. I always made sure I had my own shit. You could go to Walgreens, $3, you get a bag of 10, so it's not a problem. But so yeah, once you start doing that, now you're more hardcore, I guess. So like now it's getting directly into your body. And coming off of the shooting, that's the hard part, because your body craves that shit. Like when you go through withdrawals, you're gonna be going through like sweats, chills, you get fever. I had like the weirdest fever dreams. Like when you can't fall asleep, you have weird dreams, and there's gonna be times where you can't fall asleep because it's so painful, and just get like leg twitches, spasms, and all that crazy shit. Like won't let you sleep, you know. So like I looked up what you need if you're gonna do it at home. I got some melatonin, I got some Tylenol PM. You know, it took cold showers. I tried tiring myself out throughout the day, but you get so sick you can't even get out of bed. That's how sick you are, you know. But so yeah, so right now at this point, I have to go into recovery. So once I finish with the detox recovery, I'm gonna be eligible to go to this program where they're gonna help people like me, my situation, get back on track. Because I haven't been working. I got some debts, credit cards, and other expenses that I have to pay back. I want to pay them back and build up my credit score again. So I used to have a great credit score. It was like 750, 760, I don't even know. It was high up there, you know what I'm saying? I could, you know, but I'm fucking that up right now. So, but like, in the beginning when I was doing dope, when I first tried it, like back in 2010, right? I was like 20. I would do like a bag, half a bag. Like if you're gonna do dope, always do a corner of the bag. Do a little corner, make sure it is what it is before you put the whole thing in, you know, because you don't know what you're getting all the time. Like when I was getting it, I knew who I'd be getting it from. I was getting it from hardcore people that would do it all the time. So like the shit they get, they know for sure it's good. You know, you still can't trust it, but like I knew I could. And so I was dabbling with that shit for like the last 10 years or so. Like I said, didn't get bad until last year. But during that time I was dabbling with it, it wasn't giving me a problem. I was just doing it to enjoy it, get a nice little nod going, smoke a little weed, drink a little bit. I never like OD'd from it back then. I OD'd 4 times last year because I was shooting. So I would shoot up, you know, in the beginning I would only need like a bag or 2. Then it started going up, my tolerance went up. So then I would do 3, 4 bags, 5 bags, 6 bags, like up to 10 bags I would do. But if you're doing that many, either you got a high tolerance or the shit you're getting isn't that strong. It all depends. But, so while I was doing it in the last 10 years, I was still able to hold down a job. I had 2, 3 jobs. I finished school. You know, I was doing pretty well, you know. The girls I had at the time, I wasn't shooting it, so I wasn't worried about getting, you know, some kind of AIDS or hepatitis. So, you know, I kept it secret from most of them. I was sniffing it, you know. But I had a few girlfriends that actually dabbled in it, so, you know, we were... The ones that knew about it, we were okay with it, but the relationships don't last, you know, because you're in a relationship with somebody, it's not gonna work. That's what happened with my last girlfriend. She, you know. But yeah, So last 10 years I was dabbling in it. I was smoking weed, drinking. I was doing a lot of things. I was going to school. I finished school. I got an associate's degree, a few credits shy of a bachelor's. I was working. I had 2 jobs. I had a car. I had a license. Everything was good. Then later when I started really getting heavy into that shit, that's where everything started getting fucked up. You know, I caught my first DUI because I fell asleep in the car. I wasn't going nowhere, but one of the neighbors I was leaving my friend's house, they called the cops. And the cop, they came, I knew the guy. He was a couple years younger than me. He went to high school with my brother. I used to actually work with him before he became a cop. We used to work for this one dude and used to put up fences and just odd like construction jobs and shit. You know? But he was really eager that night when he saw it was me. Like, before the first DUI, he was, I don't know if he was stalking me, but every time he would see me driving, he would have to like turn around and follow me. I should have filed a complaint. I didn't because I'm not like that. But he pulled me over like 6-7 times in like 2-3 months until he was the one that responded to that call, and he was so happy that it was me. He I know in his head he's like, oh, I got this guy, got him, you know, it's over. You know, because they searched my pockets and I was fucked up and I had an empty bag in there with a straw. So that's what but when we went to court, we worked it out. So that was the first DUI. I did what I had to. I went to the New Jersey IDRC. It's a 12-hour class. You go 2 days, you pay them, and it's like sitting through their program, you know. But they talk to you about drinking and driving and stuff. Then they also recommended I go see a counselor after that for an evaluation, which is the same guy I saw yesterday. I went to his office in 2017, and I told him straight up, I'm like, listen, I don't feel like I need this. I don't want to come here. I don't want to waste your time. I'm not going to really talk to you. I'm not going to tell you nothing. So, you know, he was like, all right, you just released me after that. He's like, whatever. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You complete this segment of the program. I release you. He signed the papers. That was cool. So I was done with that. And then I had to wait 7 months to get my license back. Got my license back. Went back to working. No problem. Before I met my girl, one dude I used to work with, he used to be able to like get that shit for me. He used to bring it in every morning, right? He used to bring me in when I found out he was able to get it for me. He would bring it to work, so I would pick up every now and then. So that's when I started doing it again. I started getting more and more into it because it was so easily available this time. And I was working, I was making good money, so I was like, that was my pleasure, my escape. But the girl I was with at the time, I told her straight up because she wanted to have kids, and she didn't know, she was oblivious to the fact that I was doing that. I don't know how, because I'll be nodding now and shit, I don't know. But I told her, and it freaked her out, so she broke up with me, you know. So I started doing it more, so like, fuck it, I don't have a girlfriend, might as well do what I want to do, you know. So I was doing it, and then it started becoming way out of control. My parents would notice, I'd be, nodding out in the living room, people at work too, so I wanted to keep my job, I didn't want to piss off my parents anymore. They let me stay at their place, so I signed myself. Like, here's the thing. Every time I listen to somebody's advice, it fucks me up. Before I got my first DUI, I never been to an AA meeting. I decided to go out of the blue just to make some people happy, like, I'll go. A week later, after my first meeting, I caught my first DUI. And my second DUI, check this out. I just get out of rehab. I signed myself into rehab. I got out, everything was cool, right? And then what happened was I met the girl, right? We were at her place over in Keyport, her parents' apartment. We got into an argument over something, and I knew better than to stay there and continue arguing. And she was feeding me Xanax all day and shit. So I got in my car and I drove back. It's like 45 minutes from Keyport to where I'm at right now, North Jersey, right? So I got back home, I drank some wine, drank a whole bottle of wine, and I noticed my phone, she sent me a bunch of messages like, I'm sorry, please come back. And I'm in no state of mind to do nothing, you know. I just been fed Xanax all day. I was doing dope with her, and like I just drank this wine. I should have just threw my keys out the fucking window and looked for them in the morning. But no, I get back in the car, I'm backing out of the driveway, I hit my neighbor's car, I leave the scene, right? But someone called it in because before I could get on the highway, thank God, cops stopped me and they're like, oh, so who do we hit tonight? So I knew already, you know, they knew. So I had to go to jail for the night. I guess I was acting erratically, so they sent me to get evaluated the next day at the psych hospital. my parents wouldn't help me at the time because obviously they were pissed. So I called my girl's mom, and she vouched for me and they let me go. They let me out from the hospital, and I went home, and from then on just went downhill because like I lost my insurance for my car. The car itself just got no good because I couldn't drive it, so I wasn't able to go to work. I lost my job. I was still pushing it with the car, no insurance and shit, driving to this other job I got working assembling pool tables, billiard tables, you know, billiards. So I was doing that for a while for some money. And then I started collecting my unemployment, right? So while all this is going on, I'm still seeing my girl because I cared for her. I loved her. I really did love her. Even though we had bad habits, I still loved her. I know she loved me. But what happened was after her 25th birthday in May, her father got injured. He ended up in a hospital in a coma, and they had to pull the plug on her like right after her birthday. So she's all fucked up. I can't even begin to imagine that. But I was there with her, you know, I stayed with her. I did what I could to comfort her, you know, it was the funeral. Then I had to go to work on a Monday. So I left Sunday her place. I get home and I'm sleeping already. She calls me like at 1. I didn't hear it. Her mom called me at 3. I didn't hear it. I wake up the next morning, I'm away to work. I call her, she don't answer. Then I call the mom. Mom tells me that she ran off. They got into an argument, she ran off. And I'm thinking like she'll be back, you know. She's been known to do stuff like this. She does stuff like this. Like she'll go disappear and she'll come back. So that's what I was thinking. But I was still worried, you know. But when she didn't come home Monday, that's when I knew something was bad. And like I drove down to Keyport, I drove down to Perth Amboy and Carteret, and I was looking for her. I couldn't find her. I was going to all the spots she showed me before, and I couldn't find her. So I was calling her friends trying to find her. I ended up talking to her sister, whom I never met, just trying to find her. I couldn't find her. Tuesday went by and she's still not home, and I'm worried. I'm sick. I don't know what to do. And then Wednesday I had to go to court. I'm in outside the courtroom talking to my public defender, telling him about my plan, how to get in recovery, how me and my girl trying to like, you know, the whole situation, everything I just told you. My phone keeps ringing. I don't answer because I'm talking with him. But then after we get out from the little meeting room, I finally pick up the phone, see who's calling me. It's one of her friends, says, yeah, they found Arissa. They found her body at the train station. So like, I'm just standing there holding the phone to my ear, to my head, and like, I don't know what to do this time. I just freeze, you know, and like lawyer's looking at me. He overheard who passed away, you know, who, and I just told, you know, and then he's like, wow, it's just like another punch in the face. Like he just got done telling me that you gotta like, no matter what happens to you, you gotta go, you know, you gotta keep going forward. And then this happened. So how am I supposed to go forward to this? I was all fucked up. As soon as I got out of court that day, everybody's telling me, go hit a meeting, go do this. What do you think I did? I hit up somebody I knew. We went down, we picked up. That's what I did. Yeah. And since then, I've been using like every day pretty much. I even started smoking a little cookie, you know. So it's just been bad. It's been bad. And like right now, I have a good chance because I talked to the counselor. Right now, I just got to go to a detox program, a little rehab, and then I'm able to go to this program where they assist people in my situation. That's what I'm trying to do because I need that right now. I got so many problems. I got to start fixing myself before I can address these other problems, you know. So like that you know. That's my story up until now. But like other things going on is like it's no fun being on this shit, man. You do it just to get not sick, because getting sick sucks, you know. So like I gotta get off of it, man. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. But like right now I'm just sitting outside. Parents are in the house watching some westerns. My brother got his new place with his girl, you know. My other brother's down in school in Baltimore. I'm the only one that's fucking up. Everybody's worried about me and shit, which makes me in turn worry, makes me, you know, upset. But I really gotta do this for myself if I want anything in life again, you know. 30 years old, I still got a lot of years ahead of me. This is supposed to be the best time of my life, and I spent all this time just doing drugs, getting fuck my body up, fuck everything up, you know, not take life seriously. I worked hard. I got no money left. I got nothing saved. I ended up selling all my gold. I went through a lot of money in a few months for just fucking drugs, yo. Like, I try to keep busy too. Like I'm working on writing a book. I'm working on writing a screenplay for a movie. I got a lot of projects in the back burner, you know. So I got that going on. You know, other than the drug problem, I'm pretty much healthy, thank God. You know, like everything else is fine with me. I gotta quit smoking, obviously. I've been cutting back on the drinking a lot, so that's a good thing. You know, I know I could be somebody in it. I could be somebody. Like, I could do something with my life. I just gotta find what it is I want to do and go do it. Cause up until this point, I've just been working and partying and just fucking around. That's it. I haven't like the story, the grasshopper and the ant. I'm definitely the grasshopper, you know. So like, but you know, there were times when I was on it. Like I was picking up my boy. We were coming back. I sniffed the bag in the car. And I started ODing, and he's freaking out. I'm turning blue. He doesn't know what to do. He's like dumping all these bottles of water on me and shit in the car, smacking me to wake me up. I wake up and shit. Another time, I was about to go smoke a blunt with my other friend. I get in the car and I fucking just nod out, fall out. He calls the ambulance right in front of my house. They had to resuscitate me. Another time, I was at my buddy's house. You know, and the night my girl died, see, another time, like, I was at this dude's house. Like, one of my friends hung himself, and the cousin of my friend invited us over. So me and my girl went to go check on him, because one day we were going to go to his house anyway to party, and we found out from him that his cousin just hung himself that day. That's why there was cops outside his house. You know, I was wondering why it was cops, because we had to pass by his house to get to the cousin's house. So we decided to go check on him, me and my girl, make sure he's okay, he don't try nothing, and we're at his house. We got our drugs with us. I do my usual amount, 3 bags, but I guess they were a little stronger. I fall out. My girl's bugging out. She's trying to get the address from this dude so she can call the ambulance. He's not trying to have anybody come here. He was literally gonna let me die. She had to go outside. It was snowing to get the address and everything for the ambulance to come. And then this dude's a piece of shit. He starts telling her when the ambulance wants to take me away, he's like, no, don't go with him. Stay with me, stay with me. And then the cops even told her not to go because the cops knew me and shit. So I was by myself. So yo, they transferred me to the hospital. I'm in Overlook Hospital in Summit, where they tend to overlook people, you know. So I'm in the hospital, and then like nobody's watching me. I'm not handcuffed to nothing. So I get out of the stretcher, I grab my shit, and I just walk the fuck out of there. I go outside. It's mad snow. There's an old couple getting a ride from like a cab. I'm like, I'm all fucked up, but I plead with these people. I'm like, please give me a ride. I need to get back to my girl. If you don't give me a ride, I have no way of getting back in this weather. So I get a ride back. Thank God. So like they were surprised too at the house because I came back so quick. She's sitting by herself on one side of the couch, and he's like, because later she told me that he tried doing some weird shit, so I should have fucked him up. But if I touched him in his own house, I would have been at fault. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed her, we got in the car and we drove back, and everything was fine. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't, you know what I mean? But we just need to get out of there. I didn't want to be around this dude. So I drove us back to Keepon. We spent the night at her place. This is before her dad and before her birthday and everything. You know, like this was back in like I don't even know. February maybe. So like, you know, that happened. And then another time I was going to pick up, I was with my former neighbor. It was her and me going to pick up. It's after my girlfriend died. I go down with her because she came back out of jail and she started fucking around that shit again. So I'm like, you know, she'll drive, I'll take a ride, fuck it. I get a few free bags out of it, whatever. I go. And I'm going to pick up for my guy, right? And there's some weird dude showing up. And, like, he's telling me, like, give back the shit you just bought to me and telling my guy, give him back the money. And we're both looking at this guy, who the fuck are you? And he's saying, you know me, I'm police and shit. And, like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this guy's not police. I tell this guy, I'm like, listen, I'm just going to get out of here. It's not going to be in trouble. He's like, yeah, you're going to get out of here, but first you're going to give me the shit. So, like, I don't know what this guy's problem is, if he's high or what, but he's saying he's going to pop me. So at this point, I'm thinking he has a piece on him, you know? I don't want to get shot over no fucking bags. So I go do what he says, and my guy does the same thing. He gives me the money, I give him the shit. As I'm putting money back in my pocket, the dude who says he's a cop fucking sucker punches me from behind. It's like I see a flash and a bunch of stars and shit. But he didn't knock me to the ground. I see 3 more of his buddies coming, so I just book it out of there, you know? I'm jetting down the block to the car and shit. I get to the car, I'm telling her, yo, let's get out of here. I have the money, so I'm like, just fuck it, let's get out of here. But then my guy starts following us. He's like, yo, he still wants to do the deal. So obviously he had nothing to do with that shit, because we completed the deal anyway. I wasn't trying to leave without that shit anyway if I had a chance. So I get the shit, I leave, and like I never saw the dude who hit me again, you know? And I've been seeing my guy like regularly just picking up, because, you know, he's still legit. he had nothing to do with it, but he apologized and he was just like, "It's not gonna happen again." You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. So so far so good so far. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm not trying to go down, pick up, and get shot over some bags, stab over some bags. It's not worth it. It's fucking stupid. I like shit to go smooth, like the way, but yeah. So I'm telling you, man, I wasted so much of my life in that shit. It's fucking pointless. It's stupid. But the only thing I could think of doing is like all the shit that happened, whatever I can remember, I'm putting in my book, and I want to make a screenplay. I want to turn it into maybe like a movie or a novel or something. Just like I got all these crazy stories I'm gonna start sharing with y'all on the YouTube at least. I just want to get this one out the way so you know what's going on with me in my head right now. But I got a lot of crazy stories, like from all kinds of categories. So this is story time with the almighty spoon cooker. Confessions of a spoon cooker. I'm out.